I use Andrew Karpathy's Autoresearch to build a self-improving content machine. It pulls real data from every video I published, scores each video against 12 binary criteria, figures out what gets clicked, what doesn't, then it rewrites its own prompts to get better every single day automatically. Let me show you how I built it, and I'll give you all the templates and everything at the end. But before that, what just happened? So 2 days ago, I showed you how to use Karpathy's Autoresearch to build a self-improving content pipeline for my shorts. If you don't know, I have automated my social media on Instagram and Facebook with my own AI clone, and that's what we were self-improving the last time. As you can see, we still get in 35,000 views, even though I don't have to film anything. That video got 29,000 views, but something interesting happened when I was checking the backend stats. When I got to my analytics and I checked out my view test report that basically split tests an A, B, and C thumbnail, you can see that A won by 51%. The second one at 28%, and the one with actually my face did the worst. That hurts. But it got me thinking about thumbnail click-through rate. Not the content inside of the video, but the packaging, the title and thumbnail. If I check more of the stats, you can see that the impression click-through rate of this video was 8%. But I have been making videos for 3 years in the AI space, and some of my older videos are hitting 14%. But the ones I've been posting now, after coming back from a break, are getting an abysmal 3.4% click-through rate. And this is the type of thumbnails I would use back then. So I built a system to fix that automatically by just pulling the data. Before I could build any kind of self-improving thumbnail loop, I needed some data. Not vibes, not this thumbnail looks good, it's actual click-through rates. So we used the YouTube reporting API and the analytics API that are completely free to use. We pulled over 500 videos, and after a bit of back and forth, we got all the data from all my YouTube videos for the last 3 years in my Airtable, which makes it super clear to see the click-through rate of the actual videos themselves that AI can use to improve. And if we sort for just click-through rate, you can check my top performers here. Runway AI Gen 3 tutorial, 18%. How to create an AI music video, 15, 14, 13. And then sorting by my latest videos, 9, which is the last video, 2, 3, 3, 9, 5. Jeez, that's a 10 percentage point gap. So I needed the AI to close this gap by writing the eval. This is the most important step. You can't make up the eval criteria based on vibes. It has to be a yes/no answer. So this is what we started after scraping 180 or so videos and split them into 3 groups: winners, losers, and mid. But it also ran analysis on the titles, and the numbers are clear. The winners were using how to in the titles 50% of the time. Losers 23%. Winners said tutorial 44%, while losers 13%. But we also found out that the negative framing of stop, forget, or rip only got 6% on the winner side, as well as exclamation marks is a loser criteria and questions as well in the title. Through an iterative process of going back and forth, we actually got to the final binary eval questions. And this is crazy. For visual anchor attention, is there a single dominant visual anchor, human face, or bold graphic element taking up 20% of the frame? Does the visual anchor convey emotion, energy, or intrigue? Does the thumbnail use directional cues with arrows or pointing to guide the eye? Is the thumbnail text limited to 1 to 4 bold, high contrast words readable at mobile size? Is the background simple and uncluttered? Does the thumbnail have a clear visual hierarchy? Does it show a result, output, or transformation, not just a tool or process? Are there 1 or more clear, recognizable logos? For the title as well, we have packaging criteria. And if you've been a content creator for a minute, You probably already made a checklist like this based on your best performing videos. So to see AI doing it is just insane. So now that we had them all, it was time to wire the loop. I started it by saying read Andre Karpathy's repo again and we're ready to go. And it just started writing 1,000 lines of code with Autoresearch loop built into it. Now let me show you a little bit clearer. Every single day we pull the click-through rate from our previous videos to see what was the click-through rate and average view duration. We then scored the thumbnails based on Gemini Vision scores that it may get up to 12. Then we correlate eval score versus real click-through rate to validate winners and false positives. Next, we improve the rules, so Gemini rewrites new rules in the feedback memory JSON that are data-backed, not vibes. Similarly, we give it more ABC split test data into the Airtable, but this one is a manual task that is actually the best human in the loop concept, and that is literally the split test screenshot right here. It's going to pull that data as well based on the last ABC split tests and learn from this through here. It works without it, but just an incredible piece of information because the feedback is instant. Here is what worked. Of the 3 that you suggested, we update the generate thumbnails SOP that has auto-injected new rules into every prompt so it's better each cycle. And then we go again. But if you're familiar with the Karpathy's repo, he didn't do it in 24-hour cycles. What he did with his training was to run it overnight and let the model improve quickly based on just the eval criteria. So I just had to figure out if I could run fast iterations. So I was just itching in my fingers to actually run a fast iteration. The rules are simple. We have 12 questions, so all you gotta do is climb. We don't need the slow data every 24 hours. We're just gonna do generate thumbnail. Yes, no, yes, no, yes, no for 12 questions. Run it again, improve, run again, improve. So that's what we did. And let me just show you this. So we started it by just saying that I want to have a similar thumbnail like yesterday. And that's how we start making thumbnails as well. I give it a brief concept, what I'm thinking, and off it goes running the loop. So it generated 3 thumbnails per iteration, scored them all against the 12th criteria, and then rewrote its own prompt to fix those failures. And you'll see the eval score in the top here as well. This being a 10, it's pretty good. As you can see, it's testing, iterating, making it better. This one got an 8. I kind of agree with that. This one got a 10 as well. Don't agree. The free is in here as well. Maybe a little bit too much going on in the background, but it just got crazier and crazier, better and better. This one maybe a little too dark. This one, gorgeous with the blue glow in the background, got a 10 as well. This one too crowded. This one maybe too much going on here as well. This one got a 10, but to me, this is one that's way too out there. Next got better and better. This one is kind of cool, but too much going on. I really like the simple ones. As you can see, these were the last part. This one is crazy. This one is some of the last ones that it created. Just gorgeous. Here as well with that thumbnail thing in the background. Here, this one is simple. It got an 8. I don't like the circular logo. This one as well. And this one was the final. And if we check the eval scores, we got one that got a 11, which is this one right here. And honestly, it's pretty good. I would probably just change out these thumbnails because they don't actually make sense, but one prompt and probably this one as well versus an 8 out of 10 based on the eval criteria. I'll just pick a random one. This one, yeah, not my favorite. And here are all the iterations with the fixes applied. You see emotional intrigue, text readable small, title value. As you can see, over those iterations, which was a batch of 3, it just found out failures and improved them iteration by iteration. It added specific features like make the text much bigger and bolder. It fixed the text again. It went from giving an average of 8.7 to a single 11 out of 12 in 10 iterations without giving me a single feedback, the Eval did all the work. So through fast iteration, we actually got the baseline to be a lot better, but we still had to figure out how to run it daily. So here's how it works in practice. When I make a video, I also make a thumbnail using the thumbnail skill, which is this skill right here, giving it a vague idea of exactly what I want. The generation prompt already include every single rule from the feedback memory, which now have data-driven rules. So every new thumbnail starts from a better baseline than the last. I published the video, and 2 to 3 days later, after we get the YouTube reporting API, the loop pulls it and scores the thumbnail against the 12 criteria and correlates it. Did that thumbnail score 11 out of 12 actually get high click-through rate, or was it a false positive? That signal goes back into the feedback memory. But there's another layer as well that I told you about, the ABC split tests. I pretty much run that on every single video, and YouTube picks the winner. We then extract that data and see the loser and winner criteria that feeds back into the memory JSON. The split test signal is the highest confidence signal because it is a controlled experiment. Same video, same audience, but different packaging. So the feedback grows from 3 different sources, but we also have a 4th source, which is when I'm creating the thumbnail itself, it goes through an iterative loop of creating 10 of them. And by me being human in the loop once again, I'll actually give it feedback as well of what I like, what I didn't like into the feedback memory JSON. So every source makes the thumbnail generation prompts more specific about what actually gets clicked. It's never been clearer to me that we need to create these automated loops that improve itself every single time we do them. That's why I'm running a live cohort starting this Monday, March 23rd with a small group. We get on calls and I help you set up your own auto research loop from scratch. This Monday and this Thursday for any time zone. So by the end of the week, you have a self-improving system already running on your content or business. This is not a course, it's just a build session live. Link in the description to the Plus community. Also, if you want everything that I shared, including the Python file with 1,000 lines, head inside of the free community with almost 1,000 members, and I'll give you all the files in the AI Agent classroom. It's just getting wilder every week, so subscribe for more content, and I'll see you tomorrow at lunch.